Walk me through your experience of, yeah, I guess, like, maybe we could talk about our time together and what, just the work we've done together, but then also the work that you've done with other leaders and what you've seen happen
Mhm.
as a result of the work.
I mean, I'm thinking right now to a conversation you and I had in your kitchen right before you were doing a panel at my house at the temple, right before Hero was about to launch.
Ah,
And we were talking about interconnectivity and relationality. And I
mm,
feel like there's also a bit of a lost art of really understanding the interconnectivity of all things, that everything is relationship. Part of what I feel you're doing that's so exquisite with Hero is you're creating a product that brings forward the art of relationship between not just parents and children and and babies and diapers, but then the diapers and the planet and the decomposition process. And you're educating about the truly through the technology of the fungi, you're educating people about interconnectivity
mhm.
and that we are in relationship, not just with our biological blood families, but with all of life all around us, just like nature is. And so I think that there's something about that, that as you were talking about the old paradigm of business, I think we have had a lot of this a scale at all costs, growth at all costs, profit at all costs is the opposite of being in relationship. It's being in relationship to one thing or in
Mhm.
two things. It's being in relationship to maybe the success of your stakeholders or achieving certain numbers. But we've really prioritized achievement at such a greater cost, and not even just to the planet, but also to, for a lot of people, for their husbands and wives at home, for their children at home, for their body systems. People are getting so sick because they're losing connection to the subtle signs of their bodies that are asking them to slow down or pay attention or like stop looking at the computer all day or just
Right.
and people in Silicon Valley. I was up there doing some consulting work, and it's people are literally they're caffeinating in the morning, then there's Adderall during the day, then there's sleeping pills at night just to
Stay.
counteract the natural signs that the body is saying around you need more sleep or you need more rest or this hurts, this is hurting me. And then when those signs can be subtle, but then if you keep overriding those things, and that's just relationship with yourself, but this is it's a huge issue, and it's really the body system and nature saying, hey, something's off.
And I think that's the word that you just said, I think I really, really affected me, which is the word override.
Yeah.
It impacted me. And I have overridden myself over and over and over again to stay up, to make things happen, to, you know, accomplish an imaginary goal. And so I think the most important thing
Yeah.
is that alignment and it's that attunement to, okay, like, why am I here? Like, why am I doing this?
Yes.
And then building from that place and always going back.
That's it.
And so I would say, like, for example, at my company team retreat that you really came in this beautiful ceremony for our team, one of the things that you helped us remember and just kind of like energetically align with is to put our why into our hearts
Mhm.
and like really capture that why and put it right here in our hearts. And so my team, we collectively, energetically felt our why, which is to really protect and serve our Mama Gaia and to practice this deep, real way of sacred reciprocity and just giving back to the beauty that she gives to us all the time, constantly, without asking any questions. She just gives and gives. How can we give back? And that why is so universal at our company. Like you felt it
Mhm.
that to me, like as we move through the challenges of building a business, we can always put our hands on our hearts and go back to that why. And that's like a small example of this energetic piece.
Yeah, and I think to your question around how is the work that I'm doing, the work with the executive temple, what is that actually doing and what are the results? I feel like those words alignment and attunement are huge.
Right.
It really is. I mean, even anyone listening to this right now, if you actually get honest with yourself about how many times in a day there's either an overt or a implicit or subtle override that's happening, even around questions around sleep or questions or there's so many things, let alone enormous decisions where you're like having to make a decision here that's going to benefit this aspect, but at the cost of it's like a really, it's complicated. And so to be able to have the tools where you're actually able to track our instinct and our intuition are these two tools that are native to every single human being's native technology and organic intelligence. And we've just lost the cultivation and the paying attention to that. They've become somehow less important than the rational decision making. And so really being able to continue to come back to those things that are innately inside of us that are giving us cues that actually help us sometimes make better decisions that in the end of the day actually might save us money,
Mhm.
save us energy,
Exactly.
save us time. But when we're going so fast and we're in this competitive culture and then we have to make this deadline by this time, it's so easy to go too fast where you miss those things. So I think
Yeah.
that a lot of the work that I do around rituals and meditation and prayer and ceremony is really around almost normalizing a rhythm and reintegrating a rhythm that's actually quite natural and intuitive to us, but it's been a bit conditioned out of us.